when I was younger, I used to get nosebleeds single almost every single like weekend. It was not healthy. Mainly because I grew up in California and it's dry there. It's dry in California. And for some reason, I always would get nosebleeds because also I ran hot. I ran hot, as in my body temperature was very, very warm. And I actually have a horror story when it comes to nosebleeds. So this was when I was in 6th grade. I distinctly remember because how traumatizing it was. So 6th grade, I'm in the middle of history class, okay? I can feel myself having a nosebleed, like there's a little nose drip, and I look down and I see blood. I'm like, okay, I know how to handle this. You know, no child should be able to know how to handle it, but all of a sudden, I knew how to handle it. So I go grab some tissues, I rolled up a little stopper, as my mom taught me, little origami stopper out of tissue, and then put it in my nose. I'm like, okay, great, it's gonna hold there, and I'll deal with it later. And later on, after I plug in one nostril, I'm like, okay, I gotta keep doing my history work. It's like, oh, it's okay, I'll look at I'll go to the nurse later. I'm still working. Not even 10 seconds later, blood comes out the other nostril. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna look like a derpy person, but I'm gonna plug both of my nose. So both of my, both nose nostrils, nose holes, were plugged up with tissue to stop the bleeding. And then the worst thing could happen a few minutes later. I needed to sneeze. I needed to sneeze. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to like keep the plugs in so they don't just shoot out. And so I just held there as I sneezed. But the worst thing could happen, as I sneezed, I couldn't see out of my glasses. The reason why was the blood was so overflowing that instead of bleeding from my nose, it started bleeding from my eyes. So I looked like a possessed person in the middle of the classroom as blood just shot from my eye at my glasses, started spilling. So I'm now crying blood at this point. And I'm embarrassed because everyone around me said Gesundheit, looked at me. So everyone is now staring. The teacher's staring. All my classmates are staring.